And, you know, most of the people are ignorant to history, right? They're actually ignorant to what that family represents, who they are. And they just slaves to being celebrity worshipers and idolizers. So they actually in love with that white family, right? And my whole breakdown was anytime, number one, I don't believe in the concept of royal families, regardless of where they at. You understand me? Because that's just a bloodline succession. And that mostly was started just by you conquering another people and maintaining control of that particular area. But specifically, when you're talking about a white bloodline, you're talking about it just represents white supremacy. You understand me? Especially that particular family, right? That particular family owns so much of the rest of the world's property and assets, right? That they are a happy, celebrated living symbol of white supremacy. That's it, and white power. You can't get past it. There's no way to argue that whatsoever, right? Because there's no black person that can become king or queen. So therefore, what makes them royal, so-called, is just the fact that they have this so-called pure white blood that runs through their veins. That is a ritual symbolism, right, to their power and what they represent in the world. And of course, they're going to be celebrated. There are more royals than the so-called the ones in Britain, but you don't. There's no celebration of royals in Africa. There's no celebration of royals in any other place around the world but this one central family, because it's meant to keep you worshiping the white power structure. So for me, like, you know, the passing is a passing of a symbol. I was in the UK when the first news spread. It was February 22nd when they first thought she passed, right? And we were celebrating out there because I thought it was so monumental that I happened to be out there, right? And, you know, now it's September 9th, the day after, where most people actually get to take in the news, you know, and these are powerful dates that things like this happen on in the first place. Then you have things like the Pope saying that he gonna take all his assets back and put them into the bank. These represents major shifts happening in the world. Whether we understand exactly what the plan is gonna be and exactly what the script is, but it represents a major power shift in the world. You understand me? I had just came from Chicago, and it's funny because, you know, women, there's a shift in this women movement and leadership, because even in the Nation of Islam, you had Sister Dr. Ava, who was the first black woman in the world given position and authority over any mosque in the world, right? And she was the national spokesperson for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And she just had an untimely pass, an acute death, as the coroner called it in his initial findings. And anytime I see death of any, you know, authoritarian figure or somebody who is very symbolic or in high rank, it always represents a shift. It's never some coincidental thing, especially when they're connected to so much of the world structure. So I think that for me, I take a pause and I take a second in observation to see what is about to unfold, right? Anytime you have anything that happens on a mass scale in front of the world is a paradigm shift, because the whole entire world observes it and it changes the rhythm of how we think and how we move, right? So you got 9/11, which is coming up in 2 days, but September is one of the most active months, right, in history that they utilize.
Yeah, September is their month. I say that all the time.
The September it's the number 9, so it represents the womb, right? So for me to see, you know, the Queen died on the 9th, and then Sister Dr. Ava died on the 9th, and today is September 9th, which is actually, there's no date. This is the number 1 date for births in the world, September 9th, and then the second is September 19th. So when you understand that energy, everything is synchronistic. You understand me? And for my people, it's just to understand that anytime there's a shift happen, yes, you can wait to see what they got in plan, but you can also put footsteps on the ground and put action to it and build a world during these powerful times, right? It's like you know, when you're a kid, you start playing in the mud because you see the cement ain't dry. This is one of those times where the cement not dry, right? So it's like proper observation and execution during this time allow you to cement your own legacy and build. Like, I'm not happy that the Queen died. I'll be happy when the system dies, because she was a pawn in the system.
Yeah,
You
I
understand?
mean,
So like, that's the celebration.
but it's our